Welcome to Byte-Sized Tech, your weekend edition of What's Trending in Tech and Gadgets. We've got a fantastic lineup of fascinating developments from the world of innovation ready for you. Think of this as your shortcut to staying incredibly well-informed with, a dash of fun and surprising insights.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're diving into some truly buzzing topics today. We're talking phones that literally fold and roll, the rise of robots in our factories, and even some, pretty profound discoveries in quantum computing. It's going to be a quick, impactful tour through the tech landscape, really distilling what matters and why you should care.
Okay, great. So let's unpack this and get right to our first big story. The foldable phone market. It's not just growing. It's predicted to explode. We're talking jumping from a cool $13.5 billion this year to over $112 billion by 2035. That's a staggering 26.2% annual growth rate. What does that kind of acceleration tell us about how fast this market is maturing?
Well, I think a key aspect to consider is that this isn't just about some niche product anymore, right?
No.
The real aha moment for foldables isn't just, a bigger screen. It's how they solve that old problem.
Yeah.
Needing a pocketable phone and a big tablet screen. Consumers are really gravitating towards these larger displays that still fit in their pocket. And the improved durability with ultra-thin glass or UTD plus 5G powerful processors, it's making them incredibly appealing. It's really about enabling two distinct optimized experiences in one device.
Right. That dual utility, small for carrying, big for consuming content, that makes perfect sense. But for this market to really explode like predicted, what's next? Are we just iterating on what we have now, or are companies hinting at something, genuinely revolutionary, maybe something still under wraps?
Yeah, good question. Beyond the current foldable designs, companies are definitely looking ahead. They want even thinner and lighter models, screens with practically no crease, better stylus support for productivity. Imagine, writing notes on a full tablet screen that just folds away. And get this, the future might even bring rollable and tri-fold designs, even more screen real estate. Samsung, for instance, they've already patented rollable flex tech. It dynamically adjusts touch sensitivity as the screen expands or contracts. Pretty cool stuff.
Rollable phones. Wow, that definitely sparks the imagination. Sounds like sci-fi. But okay, stepping back from the cool factor, what are the immediate practical hurdles? My mind immediately goes to battery life.
Yeah.
With these expanding dynamic screens, how are they tackling that? Seems like a huge challenge.
Oh, it absolutely is. That's a critical point. The industry is actively working on things like dual battery configurations. And even solid-state batteries. For longer life, they're denser, last longer than current lithium-ion tech. Future advancements could include AI-powered adaptive power management. It learns your habits to save power. And maybe even more speculative concepts like solar or kinetic charging down the road. Making these devices truly practical so you're not constantly hunting for an outlet, that's a massive focus, believe me.
Okay, so while we're talking about new forms of personal tech, let's shift gears from the pocket to, your face. Next up, Apple's venture into spatial computing, the Vision Pro. It launched earlier this year, huge buzz, but reports suggest there's been some turbulence since then. Is its journey maybe similar to the early iPhone that also faced skepticism, right, despite the excitement?
That's actually a really insightful comparison. It's easy to forget now, but yeah. Initial sales for the very first iPhone were actually lower than BlackBerry and Nokia at the time. And it definitely took a few versions to really take off and become, the phenomenon it is today. The first iPhone lacked basic stuff.
Yeah.
No GPS, no MMS, not even 3G. So the Vision Pro, which is Apple's term for, blending digital stuff into your physical space, it lets you interact with apps like they're physically there. But it faces its own challenges.
Yeah.
That high price point being a big one.
Yeah, exactly. The initial iPhone was very different, but the Vision Pro's critics are calling it bulky, niche, saying it lacks a killer app.
Sure.
And there are rumors suggesting Apple is slashing production, maybe even canceling a 2025 model because demand is plummeting. So if demand is already dropping off, what does this all mean for its future? Is it a flop or is this a long-term play?
Well, it seems like the company is strategizing, sort of a multi-pronged approach. Rumors point to a second-gen Vision Pro focusing more heavily on enterprise. Think flight simulations, intricate design work, maybe surgeon overlays, with a direct Mac connection for super low latency. That suggests a pivot, right, towards specialized professional tools, where the high cost and the form factor might be more acceptable. Plus, there's talk of a cheaper, lighter Vision Air model, possibly late 2025, early 2026, specifically aimed at addressing those complaints about weight and neck strain.
Ah, okay. So maybe less for a casual consumer, at least for now, more for specific pro uses or, yeah, a more affordable, less cumbersome version eventually. And I heard something about Apple maybe developing more discrete smart glasses too, like what Meta's doing with Ray-Ban. Yes, exactly. Apple is reportedly developing smart glasses, much like the Meta Ray-Bans. Targeted launch maybe 2026. So that indicates a long-term commitment to augmented reality as a broader category. Even if the Vision Pro itself is currently finding its feet in a more, let's say, specialized market, it shows they're playing the long game in AR, definitely looking at different form factors, different price points, trying to eventually reach a wider audience.
Okay, so while we've been talking tech that changes how we interact with the digital world, like Vision Pro, let's shift focus to how tech is changing the physical world around us, especially in factories. We're talking about the, well, astonishing rise of humanoid robots. The market for these things, it's projected to skyrocket from $2.14 billion this year
Yeah.
to nearly $70 billion by 2034. It's a staggering 41.8% annual growth. I mean, that's incredible for a technology that still feels pretty new to most of us. It really is. The speed of evolution here is remarkable. I mean, you've got major players like SoftBank Robotics, Honda, Toyota. They're all in the game. But yeah, everyone's eyes are really on Tesla's Optimus robot, mostly because of Elon Musk's, ambitious plans and the public demos.
Ah, right. Elon Musk's Optimus. We've seen those videos, walking around, doing some basic tests. But for such a massive market projection, what's the actual tangible plan for Optimus? Especially since it must be so costly to develop.
Well, Tesla plans to start mass production 5,000 Optimus robots in 2025, primarily initially for use in their own assembly lines, and the projected cost. Under $30,000 per unit, which is, frankly, surprisingly accessible for a humanoid robot. Potentially cheaper than hiring human labor for certain jobs, right? It's designed with a lightweight metal and plastic shell, have that interactive screen on his face for communication, powered by a 2.3 kilowatt-hour battery, and it uses a self-driving computer in its chest to guide its movements.
Wow, 5,000 units so soon. That's incredibly ambitious. And using them in-house first makes sense, I suppose. But, okay, connecting this to the bigger picture, what are the broader implications, the potential uses beyond Tesla's factories? Are we really going to see Optimus in our homes someday?
Well, beyond factory work, the long-term vision definitely includes things like household tasks, lifting, sorting, navigating different environments. I can already picture Optimus trying to fold my laundry, probably ending up with perfectly folded socks and one mysteriously vanished sock.
Probably.
But seriously, while the vision is expansive, there's definitely a healthy dose of public skepticism. Some wonder if they'll just collect dust or, jokingly call them Elon weapons. So the debate is definitely ongoing. How truly useful and widespread will these humanoid robots become for the average person? Or will specialized, less human-like robots keep dominating?
Yeah, that's a good question. Okay, that brings us to our next big story. And this one has sparked a huge debate about, well, the very nature of digital life. Microsoft's new Windows AI feature called Recall. It's designed to record pretty much everything you do on your PC, taking screenshots every second. Okay. This sounds intense. Let's unpack this.
Yeah, it immediately raises that crucial question of user privacy. And that's been the absolute central point of contention. Now, Microsoft states that Recall's index stays local, private, encrypted on your device, linked only to your user profile. And crucially, they claim it's not shared with others, Microsoft can't view it, it's not used for targeting ads. That's their core defense, emphasizing local processing and user control.
Right. But the public reaction, well, let's just say it's been less than enthusiastic. To put it mildly, many users immediately called it spyware or malware, questioning why anyone would even want such a feature. There's just a lot of skepticism about those privacy claims, concerns that, malicious apps could maybe bypass security and access this data, despite Microsoft's assurances. It feels like a real-time negotiation, doesn't it, between convenience and, digital sovereignty.
It does. And it's important to clarify something here, a key detail often missed in the uproar. This feature isn't for all Windows users. It specifically requires these new Copilot Plus PCs, powered by Qualcomm's Snapdragon X Elite chips. Those chips include a necessary neural processing unit, an NPU, basically a dedicated coprocessor optimized for AI tasks like this, much more efficient than a regular CPU for it. Current Intel chips, AMD chips, they are compatible, though upcoming ones like Lunar Lake and Zen 5 are expected to be. So it's tied to a whole new hardware generation, one designed for this kind of always-on AI.
Okay, so it's for a specific new breed of AI-powered PCs. pushing the hardware capabilities. So what does this all mean for the future of desktop computing, our relationship with our devices? Recall really forces us to confront this new privacy paradox, doesn't it? How much of our digital past are we willing to give up for, perfect memory and AI efficiency?
Exactly. It absolutely pushes the boundaries of what an OS can do in terms of user assistance, memory recall, creating this sort of digital photographic memory of your activity.
Yeah.
But yes, it absolutely reignites that fundamental debate. Privacy versus control over personal data in an AI-driven world. And we're already seeing the reaction. Many users considering Linux or hardening their Windows setups or just sticking with older versions. It highlights this growing tension, right, between AI convenience and personal privacy, especially when such a complete record is kept right there on your local machine.
Okay, from the cutting edge of AI on our desktops, let's take a leap into the truly profound realm of quantum computing for our final story. This isn't just about faster calculations. It's about entirely new ways of processing information, leveraging quantum phenomena like superposition, where a qubit is both 0 and 1 at the same time,
Right.
and entanglement, where particles get linked, affecting each other instantly, no matter the distance. Kind of mind-bending stuff.
It really is. And the
Yeah.
promise is immense. Quantum computers could potentially solve problems in days that would take classical supercomputers thousands of years. NASA's Quantum Artificial Intelligence Lab, Quail, they're right at the forefront here, developing hybrid quantum classical algorithms combining the strengths of both types of computers. For everything from optimizing flight paths to planning super complex space missions, they're even making classical machine learning algorithms quantum ready, basically preparing them for future quantum speedups.
Okay, and here's where it gets really fascinating. Maybe a little weird. Google's Sycamore processor, that's a 53-qubit quantum computer. It's been used for incredible things already, like complex chemical simulations, even simulating traversable wormhole dynamics, whatever that means.
Yeah, complex stuff.
But then you get these wilder claims circulating online.
Indeed. You see some reports, mostly from, let's say, non-scientific sources, claiming Google's quantum chip produced anomalous quantum results, suggesting things like interactions with parallel realities or information leakage between dimensions,
Yeah.
which predictably led to all this sensationalized speculation about accidentally contacting another intelligence. You know how it goes. However, it's crucial to state the scientific community, especially physicists, has largely dismissed these claims, pointing to a lack of evidence and just the often misunderstood nature of quantum mechanics itself. It's vital to separate the science from the speculation.
Right, okay. So while the science itself is complex, groundbreaking, some of the more fantastical interpretations are being, reined in by the experts. So what does this all mean for the practical future of quantum computing? Where are we actually headed beyond these initial breakthroughs?
Well, while the multiverse claims are definitely speculative, the underlying advancements are very real. Quantum error correction, for example, is a rapidly developing field. It's absolutely crucial for building reliable quantum computers that can actually scale up. NASA is also developing open-source quantum simulation software like HybridQ to let more people access this tech. The main challenge, it remains scaling these systems up to utility scale, meaning they have enough stable qubits to reliably beat classical supercomputers for specific, valuable real-world problems. Moving beyond just proof-of-concept demos, we're looking at a future where, for certain problems, the computationally impossible might just become possible.
And that's our deep dive into the top trending tech stories of the week. From phones that fold and roll to the future of AI and robots and that profound world of quantum physics, it's clear the tech landscape is anything but boring. The speed of change, the ethical questions, it's truly something to behold.
Absolutely. Yeah, the pace of innovation just continues to surprise, challenge, and inspire us, doesn't it?
Yep.
There's always more to learn, always more questions to ask as these technologies evolve and start to integrate more deeply into our daily lives. What new challenges, what new opportunities will they bring next? Always something new.
That's it for this week. If you enjoyed this deep dive, like, comment, share, and subscribe for more fun tech discussions. Until next time, keep exploring and stay curious.